sebelumnya saya akan membacakan yang pertama, yaitu Bapak Dr. Sutomo MSc. Beliau bekerja di Lembaga Ilmu Pengetahuan Indonesia atau LIPI. Mana nih tanggal lahirnya? Oke, Bapak Tomo ini pendidikannya beliau menyelesaikan S3-nya di Edith Cowan University untuk di Perth Australia tentang ekologi the savannah ecosystem di Indonesia. Kemudian master degree-nya itu diperoleh di University of Western Australia dengan tesis Succession Following Species in Mount Merapi ya Pak. Kemudian S1-nya diselesaikan di Gajah Mada University. Jadi intinya orang ekologi sekali ya, tapi penelitian sekarang itu sudah mencakup ke bidang pertanian juga ya, tentang tentang pertanian presisi di perlindungan tanaman. Kemudian di sini ada beberapa research dan academic experience, mungkin banyak sekali yang terbaru mungkin ya, yang terbaru tadi sebagai research expert ya di LIPI di Bali ya Pak ya. Kemudian scholarship award dan grant-nya juga banyak. Di sini ada best oral presenter, kemudian ada travel grant, kemudian ada travel grant lagi tahun 2020 yang terakhir ya Pak. Kemudian di sini yang scholarship-nya juga 2012 ya. Jadi banyak sekali ya apa yang sudah dicapai oleh beliau. Oke. Oh ya, saya tertarik sekali dengan Bapak Sutomo ini karena publikasi bukunya itu banyak sekali ya. Jadi coba kita lihat. Jadi ada beberapa buku di sini. Jadi jurnal dan proceeding publication. Kemudian ada buku. Jadi banyak sekali ya hasil publikasinya. Oke. Demikian. Kemudian ini ada. Oke, masih ada. Masih banyak pokoknya Mbak ya yang saya tahu tentang Bapak Sutomo ini publikasinya. Oke, demikian CV dari Bapak Sutomo PhD. Berikutnya saya akan bacakan CV dari Profesor Tarkus Suganda. Pak Tarkus ini lahir pada 7 Mei 1958 di Sumedang ya Pak ya. Kemudian beliau menyelesaikan S1-nya di Paperta Unpad tahun 83, kemudian S2 dan S3-nya diselesaikan di USA, University of Minnesota, kemudian pada saat kemudian jabatan beliau itu yang pertama yaitu sebagai pembantu dekan 1 Paperta Unpad, kemudian tahun 2012 selesai sebagai wakil rektor 5 Universitas Pajajaran, dan kemudian 2020 tahun ini beliau selesai sebagai sekretaris Dewan Profesor Unpad ya. Itu ada nomor HP-nya kalau mau dicatat, juga ada emailnya. Demikian CV kedua. Terima kasih. Baik, untuk pembicara pertama saya akan persilakan, saya akan meminta Bapak Dr. Sutomo untuk membawakan materinya mengenai pertanian presisi dalam perlindungan tanaman. Saya persilakan Pak Sutomo.
Baik, terima kasih. Mohon izin Ibu Moderator untuk membawakan presentasi dalam bahasa Inggris, jika diperbolehkan.
Ya, silakan Pak.
Oke, saya start share screen ya.
Ya.
Okay, good morning, Full Chancellor of UNPAD, Dean of Faculty of Agriculture UNPAD, the other keynote speakers probably still here, Dr. Syafarudin, Dr. Nurus Gunawan Sutyoprabowo, Professor Miswiko, and Mr. Dhirendranath Singh, and also Professor Tarku Suganda, as well as all attendees. Good morning, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Om Swastiastu, Salam Kebajikan. Thank you for the faculty member to inviting me today and giving me time to participate in the 2020 National Plant Protection Day. Firstly, apology if my following presentation will be a bit different from the theme that the conference committee has requested. The title of my presentation this morning is Precision Agriculture for Plant Protection Research. But please bear with me though that understand that the title is in the broader context of plant conservation. So I will draw some of the slides from based on our own research in the botanic garden. Thank you. Okay, I want to start to give a brief introduction about where I work. So this is an aerial picture of one of the famous tourist spot at the Bali Botanical Garden. So Bali Botanical Garden is one of an ex situ plant conservation institution which managed by the Indonesian Institute of Science. Besides, we also know the Cibodas, Bogor, and Purwodadi Botanical Garden. It is located in the central part of the Bali Island. It's called the Bedugul area. So the Bedugul is high plateau at the center of the island of Bali. Bedugul area is an endorheic basin or terkungkung. So endorheic basin is an area where, due to its concave shape, does not have an outlet of a thoroughly flow channel outside of the area. So the garden itself covers an area of 157 hectares and divided into several zones. So we can see here there are several zones of the botanic garden. So the existence of the several zones reflect the existence of several main tasks and functions of this botanic garden has, namely conservation, research or education, and also tourism. So in terms of conservation, a Bali Botanic Garden has more than 1,000 species of plants collection, representing plants from mountain areas of the eastern Indonesia. Our specialized collection include ferns, orchids, cactus, begonia, medicinal plants, ceremonial plants, roses, and aquatic plants as well. So in terms of research, the main keywords that we do in our botanic garden are three keywords, namely ex situ conservation, domestication, and reintroduction and restoration. So we do all of these in the of conservation, which is the SSU, saving, studying, and using. Studying, using, and saving the Indonesian biodiversity, which is consists of 20.9% of the world biodiversity. So to facilitate the researcher here, we have three research groups. You can see here with their own laboratories. We also welcome university students to do internship or research at our lab facilities in the garden, working together with our researcher here. So as a researcher, we are aware that the one of the current issues about agriculture are global climate change and also the fourth industrial revolution. So in terms of climate change, the global climate change model has predicts that by the end of the 21st century, compared with the pre-1980s, the global warming will lead to an increase in an average of temperatures of 3 to 4 degrees Celsius, a decrease in rainfall of 30 to 40%, and also significant changes in seasons and also severe weather events. And we also know that most species and ecological communities exist in a bioclimatic niche that can be defined. And when there are changes in these climate variables, habitat's value for the area will also change. Therefore, to understand how species, including with this change, is very important. So in terms of the fourth industrial revolution, the fourth industrial revolution or industry 4.0 uses smart technology and real-time data to increase productivity and reduce costs. And these technologies allow for precision agriculture, which also include remote sensing approach. So I will re-review a little bit about remote sensing. I know this has already done by the previous speakers yesterday, but maybe this one from me will add something to that. So firstly, remote sensing is the art and science of obtaining information about the Earth's surface without making physical contact with it. This is done by recording the energy that is reflected, and remote sensing is one of the most cost-effective approach that provides valuable insight for investigating and interpreting Earth's surface features and also detecting changes. So in the Nasional Law number 4 of 2011 concerning geospatial information, it confirmed that one of the objective of the law is to encourage the use of geospatial information in government administration and in various aspects of community life as well. So in remote sensing for plant conservation, we're focusing mainly on plants, or in a broader terms, we call it vegetation. So healthy vegetation is a very good absorber of electromagnetic energy in the visible region here. And chlorophyll strongly absorbs light, the blue and the red, and it reflects strongly in green light. Therefore, our eyes perceive healthy vegetation as a green color. And healthy plants have higher reflectance in the near infrared area. This is primarily due to healthy internal structure of the plant leaves. So as this internal structure varies amongst different plant species, the near infrared wavelengths can be used to discriminate between different plant species. And the appearance of these leaf spectral can, can later be used in various vegetation index analyzed, such as the NDVI, or the normalized different vegetation index, the green normalized different vegetation index, and also the visible atmospherically resistant index, or VARI green. And we will focus mainly on this index of vegetation, the NDVI. I will give some of the example of the the use of NDVI. So this is the image of area in near Gilimanuk Seaport in Bali Barat National Park from 1999 to 2016. So the darker areas here represent the high NDVI, whereas the lighter area here is lower NDVI. The high NDVI can also means that the density of the vegetation is very dense, whereas the lighter color means that the vegetation density is not that dense. So apart from using satellite vehicles, remote sensing can also rely on what we call the UAV, or the unmanned aerial vehicle. So we also call this UAV as a drone. So drones are unmanned aircraft that are flown using remote control, or even in your smartphones, or even in your computers. So the drone is also usually equipped with the high resolution camera that allows users to monitor a certain location from a height. So this is one of the example of the result of drone recording that we did in Bedugul. There are new establishment of the shortcut in Bedugul, which is located just beside the famous lake, the Beratan Lake. So the drone flew about 10 meters above, and we can open land and also the border of edge of the forest, and also some canopy of the species here. So these kind of tree fern species, and these I will talk about it later. The obnoxious weeds, the Crinio or Chromolena odorata species. Okay, but there are some issues with the UAV or drone. So usually we have several issues with operating in several or certain airspace. So several location with several special permits to fly a drone. Issue with flight time. which is also depends on the batteries of the drone. And also the issue of image. And for some people, it is difficult to operate the drone. However, drones can be equipped with multispectral cameras. The quality of the image will be better than the satellite due to the higher resolution and the lack of atmospheric distortion. So if you use satellite image, we distortion from cloud cover and everything like that. So with drone, we can minimize that disturbance. So what remote sensing has to offer in agriculture and agro-complex fields of research? So firstly, remote sensing can do boundary mapping, fire hotspot mapping, the land use change, even plant identification, standing biomass calculation, soil mapping. But in this presentation, we will mainly focus on the including plant health and also the OPT or organisme pengganggu tanaman habitat suitability prediction. So these are the policies in Indonesia agriculture development in 2020. So there are 4 aspects that needs to be given more attention to. So firstly is the increased production and is lowering agricultural costs towards low cost of agriculture. And the third is the development and application of mechanization, as well as the accelerating the use of technology innovation. And the last one is agriculture expansion. If we see the third section here, we can realize that it is actually a precision agriculture things. So precision agriculture